Porcelain House. Full narration, approximate runtime, 6. The Porcelain House. The air was heavy and stuffy. After many years, Amelia returned to her grandmother's old house, a house on the edge of the woods, with damp walls and windows that were always closed. In the chest under the stairs was a walnut box, carefully written on it, "Porcelain room, do not open." Amelia was curious. She opened the box. Inside were 3 porcelain dolls with old clothes and tiny cracks on their cheeks. One was laughing, one was crying, and the third had her eyes closed. That night, a sound came from the attic, a sound like a child's laughter. Amelia went upstairs, but there was no one, just the 3 dolls sitting on the table. But now all 3 of them had their eyes open. Part 2, Grandma's Notes. In Grandma's dusty notebook, it was written, "Never speak in their presence. Never leave them alone at night. And never wake the third." But Amelia didn't believe it. The next night, she put one of the dolls on the table and started filming to prove it was all an illusion. At 3 a.m., the film was still being recorded. In the image, the doll slowly turned its head and smiled at the camera. The camera fell. The picture went black, but in the last frame, Amelia's face was visible in the mirror, with eyes like porcelain. GP Part 3, The Midnight Visitor. 2 weeks later, her cousin Jason came to visit her. The house was empty, but the fire was still burning in the fireplace. On the wall was written in charcoal, "We are still here." In the corner of the room, 3 dolls were sitting, but now a 4th doll was beside them. Amelia's face. Part 4, The Maker's Curse. Jason decided to sell the house. When the real estate agent came in, he asked, "Was this a doll shop before?" Jason said, "No. That's strange. The walls are covered with plaster casts of children's hands and faces," the man replied. In one of the rooms, Jason found a sign. Dr. Morgan's workshop, Soul Reanimation in Porcelain Bodies. He now understood that the dolls were not just decorative objects, but vessels for real souls. Part 5, The Awakening. That night, Jason decided to burn the dolls. But when he struck the match, a cry rose from the flames. And suddenly, the fire went out. The whole house went dark. In the dim light of the fireplace, Jason saw that the dolls were no longer small. 4 humanoid creatures stood there, with porcelain skin, empty eyes, and cracked smiles. One of them stepped forward, the one whose eyes were always closed, and said, "You shouldn't have woken us up." Shh. The end or the beginning? The next morning, the police officer found only 4 dolls in the burned-out house. 3 of them were old, but one was new, with brown hair and a dress similar to Jason's. The report read, "No bodies were found, only the smell of burning porcelain and the sound of faint laughter from under the ashes." The surveillance camera along the road showed that no one had left the house. That sometimes, on foggy nights, passers-by say they hear a whisper coming from the ruins. "We're still here.